So now comes the very last bit, just this hole here. I've got brand new feather boards to put in it, they're painted. Because I want to be able to use this space to get in and access, and should the weeds grow back, deal with those, particularly anything that comes over plant wise into mine and starts pushing against it, I can sort it out. The main thing is that it needs to be easy access. So instead of being nailed in like these are, the paddle boards, sorry not paddle boards, the feather boards are going to be just screwed in. After I've done that, I'll put the screw holes, the pilot holes in first, add them at the bottom, sink the screws in after I've greased them, and then that's it. So the new panels, feather boards, are thicker than the old ones. Not thicker this way, but certainly wider. So I'm going to put this one in to start. Keep the height the same because no one ever looks at the bottom. And I'll hammer that in there and there just to give it a bit of traction. That way this bad boy's not going to move, but I'm still going to need it to be open. But in order to do that, and what I will do is I will nail these ones in along here temporarily, then replace them with screws as soon as I've got enough of them, that is. So it's going to go in like that. Pilot. Nice. I'll carry on with that. Let's time lapse the rest. That's it. That's all she wrote. Well, at least I'd say it's all she wrote. It's all that I'm going to write, but let's review of what I've done. So the first job was to identify what was wrong and how it was wrong. First, I knew that the posts that were sank into the concrete in the ground would be rotten, and that was giving it a huge amount of lean. So what to do at that point? Turns out I removed about 10 of those feather boards. Off they came, and I cleared behind there so that I could work without being stung or caught with brambles and all the rest of it. Next job, at each post that needed taking down, I took a couple of feather boards off and I set up some triangular trusses, struts, and hammered them into the ground so that the fence itself was reinforced and stayed upright while I did the work. Also, if it was windy again, which it has been over the last month, the fences are going to come down, which is even better news. After that was sorted out, I then took off the gravel boards, put them on the other side of the garden, refurbished them very recently. All I've done in this instance is just simply give them a sanding and then sort out the bitumen on the top and the bottom and give them another coat of seagrass, which is the colour this is. Once that was done, back to the posts, used the electric breaker, which was a Bosch, got rid of all of the concrete that was around it, so I've got nice deep holes of about 2 foot. I then decided that I was going to cut the bottoms off and then bitumen the posts themselves, as you saw. But in order to do that, I can't let the whole thing just fall down, so it needed supporting underneath with bricks, wood and car jacks, and it's done the job perfectly well, as you saw from the videos previously. After that, I could then start putting in the Godfather posts. The Godfather posts went in along with concrete mix, and then that was set over the weekend. That was absolutely perfect, went in, but prior to that happening, I also used a drill with a very long bit to drill into the post and then use my ratchet set to screw in the bolt. Again, lots of grease on that to allow it to go in, but also to allow it to come out should I need to work on it further down the line. Once the Godfather post was in, I gave the gravel boards a huge amount of overhaul, bitumen top and bottom, and then in with the rest of it, and that's it. That's all it is. Anyone can do this. It takes ages, it takes a lot of time, but anybody can do this. If I could do this, anyone can do this. So until next time, as always, stay cool. Catch you later.